with Katrina Lokko. I am your bold and unique lifestyle tour guide. What does that mean? I am here to guide you into a life of abundance, a life of being who you were called to be, a life of discovering amazing things about you and understanding that only you can just flow in that lane. I always tell you guys that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, bold and unique. Rip off every label, especially the ones that others have placed on you, because they're simply not true. Well, today I have an amazing woman with me today. Guys, I mean, she is just really amazing. You know, we always talk to people, men and women, who are doing amazing things in our communities and have went through life challenge and can come here before you today and help you walk through some key things. If you're in a bad spot right now, or if you're thinking about giving up, or if you think, well, this is not for me, I want you to change your mind, because your story is just the millions and millions of other stories connected to it. And we're here to encourage you today. We're here to help you today discover that you can do it, even with what you have in your hand. See, it doesn't take a lot. It only takes a seed. It only takes a very small seed to put it in the ground. And once you water it and nurture it and just really take amazing care of it, it becomes this huge tree. And this huge tree produce more trees. So I want you guys to help me welcome Normita to the show today. Hi, Normita.
Yay.
How are you?
I'm doing awesome. That was so amazing. You are so amazing. I was so inspired just listening to you talk. Wow.
Oh,
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are
Thank
so
you so
welcome.
much.
I have got to have you. When I met you, it was like a breath of fresh air. You were this ball of energy, and I was like, wow, you know. And me knowing women and men, I knew that behind that energy and behind that drive, there had to be a story.
Yeah.
And so when you were able to share that with me, I was like, oh my God, it is just so amazing. Guys, she is the owner of Icon Studios, Dallas and in LA. I mean, she books jobs for people all over the world. She is changing their lives by putting them in the careers that they desire. So Normita, I'm gonna let you tell us a little bit about what you do at Icon.
Awesome. Okay, well, what do I do? So I'm the CEO, founder. Icon Studios is a full-service talent agency. We represent all ages, all genders, all ethnicities. So, and we focus on television, film, commercials, print, live events, fashion, well, actually a little bit of everything, but we do primarily focus on television and film. We have a roster of over 1,000 actors and models across the country. We do focus though on this regional market, so Texas, New Mexico, Louisiana, Oklahoma, and of course, you know, we have a new office in Burbank, so really excited about that. I'm actually going to be in Beverly Hills in about 3 weeks. There's a movie that I casted there, and so we have some meetings with some producers, and just really exciting.
That is an
exciting stuff.
And
Absolutely.
How long did you always know? I know for me, it's like, I always knew I wanted to be a talk show host. I always knew I wanted to own a television network, and it was like getting to that point. But did you always have the drive for this industry? Did you always?
Always, and honestly, you know, I never had an entertainment background. True story. I mean, I was born in the Philippines. You know, we immigrated here when I was really young. You know, my parents were the true story of the American dream. Literally, they grew up in bamboo houses with no indoor plumbing or electricity, and just growing up with them as my mentors helped me realize that everything's attainable. So I just remember growing up, being little and looking at magazines and thinking, wow, how do you get on that? Or that's a cool TV show. How do you get on that? And I had a memory of being 3 years old watching I think I was watching the Kung Fu channel, and I saw a little Asian girl fighting all these men in the village, and I thought, wow, I want to do that. And I have done that, so that's been exciting. But yeah, and so not having, that background. I kind of just had to go out there and find it for myself. And that's how I feel, everything in life is attainable. Whatever you want, you gotta put the energy and the hard work and you put it out there in the universe, and the universe will see it and reward you. And I think that's a problem. I don't think people know how to work hard enough. It's true. There's no shortcuts in life. You've got to do it. And yeah, and it's definitely been a journey. My first year in business, it was difficult. I literally I had no actors, no models, no clients, no website, no money, no capital. I just had a dream to help artists.
So what was the first step you took when you knew you have a dream to help artists? So what was the first step you took?
First step. Well, it was kind of thrown on me, thrown at me pretty much. You know, um, Prior to starting the industry, I was working, for a company, for an entertainment company, and I chose to leave because I was, I feel like my goals were different. My goals were to help artists, and the management's goal was more monetary per se. So, true story. A friend of mine found a building, um, found an office, with with a promotion, 1 month free lease.
Oh wow.
It was pretty. We had a pretty good sized office, 2,000 square feet, and I had some people jump on board to support me. And basically, I had 1 month to figure it out. 1 month,
Wow.
1 month free rent. And if you're made in a position where you have no choice but to succeed, then you have to do it. Like I know in my career, I've always said yes. Whenever I was asked to do a job, I would say yes, and I would figure it out.
Yes.
That's it. And you just have to be committed and follow through your commitment. You're always gonna have setbacks and things in your head like, I can't do this. This is too hard. This is just you just have to throw that away, focus on your goal, and go for it.
Wow. And we're going to talk some more about that when we come back in just a minute. We're going to go to a commercial break.
Insurance is like, well, insurance. You hope you don't need it, but if and when disaster strikes, you will be happy to have it on hand. Whether for everyday medical expenses or emergencies, you want to be sure you have the right coverage. Enter U.S. Health Group. With flexible choices and options, our health coverage will keep you ready for anything. We offer solutions through our insurance companies which can't be found anywhere else. Our 3,000-plus agents will help you pick the best plan to best meet your needs, including medical, dental, vision, accident, and life insurance coverage. Our agents can assist you online, over the phone, or in person to make selecting coverage as easy as possible. If you'd like to know more, here's how it works. Our insurance companies offer you the ability to buy more coverage if and when you need it. This means you can pay for less coverage under your base plan and feel safe and secure knowing you have the right coverage for any significant medical needs you may have later. With U.S. Health Group, you have options, like upgrading your coverage even at the time of a claim. That's right, more coverage when you choose it. In other words, why pay for coverage before you need it? We are proud to offer you fair rates and no surprises. You can lock in your rate for 15 months at no extra cost. With more than 15 million served, enter U.S. Health Group, helping you with flexible choices and options. Contact us today and get a free quote.
And welcome back. I hope that commercial break was something that you needed. I know we need it because when you're behind these cameras, a lot of times you're talking and sometimes you need a sip of water, but we just have fun. We just have fun because we're doing real life together. Normita was telling us about her journey in starting Icon Studios. Guys, I remember when I first started my business as well, I had no money and I was discouraged, but there was something inside of me that just would not die because that dream that I have is stronger than the fact that I didn't have money. And so I'm just glad that she's actually decided to start Icon Studio because hey, we all need her. So, Normita, just go back into telling us about you were working for another agency and you just said, you know what, I have 1 month to get this straight. So, what happened within that 1 month?
So in well, within the 1 month, well, I've been blessed. I was blessed to have a really close friend who was a executive. She was a casting director for NBC, and I feel like she really helped me, launch my career. And I remember it would be wow. I mean, it was definitely an experience, working for a network TV. Um, and she would always come to me because they would always have emergencies, like at 2, 3 in the morning when talent got sick and they had to replace them. And so she told me, Normita, you are the only one, agency person, director, whoever, you were the only one who would pick up your phone at 2 a.m. to help me. And I'm like, why not? It's just, and it wasn't, my nature wasn't like, oh my gosh, I better, answer so I can make all this money. No, in my mind, I've always been, give 100% to the client. And so that's one thing too. I wanted to let you know, throughout the 11 years I've been in business, I've seen so many agencies, so many even just, random businesses come and go because I feel like they focus too much on the money part. Especially in the entertainment industry, this is such it's a very brutal industry. It can be very of course it can be very exciting and rewarding, but it also is very, very cutthroat. I never sugarcoat anything. So you have to, if you're just doing this for the money, even if you're an actress and you want to just be a celebrity or famous, or if you're an industry person wanting to just start a career or a business, if you're doing it just for the money, most chances you're going to fail. You have to do it, for something far greater than the money, for the love and service of helping others, as a performer, to be able to express yourself. It has to be more than that. And so I've just learned in my business, no matter how many people want to throw me under the bus, how many, bad things people say, there's always going to be negative in the world. But I've learned to just focus on my people, help others, and then I never have to worry about money. It just comes. I mean, right now we literally get about 20 brand new projects a day.
Wow.
In Texas. And in California, we get a minimum of 100 new projects a day. So we're still working on last week and yesterday, and then now we've got new ones today.
Yeah. And they're huge contracts. From what I see, they're huge contracts. They're not just something that, these are huge contracts that I've seen you work on. And you have a list, and I've met many of your models and many of the actors, and I've actually signed with you, and I'm excited that I signed with her. And I'm like, I needed someone to manage that side of my career. And the reason why I chose Normita, the reason why I personally chose Icon, before I even told her that I wanted to sign, before she even knew anything about me, for months I have been in events with her. I have watched her social media. A lot of the people that do stuff with me at my network work for her or have signed with her. I literally sat and watched her. I watched her personality. I watched her character. Everything about her I watched. And why did I do that? Because when I first met her, I knew that there was a connection, but I didn't know what it was. And I was praying and I was like, God, if this is the agency that I'm to be with, I really need to know for sure. So I watched her. So this is what I observed. What she just said. I seen how she was with her other actors and her other talent, how she loved them, but she also supported things that they did that had nothing to do with her. And so I was drawn to that because you've always showed up for your people and you've given your best. And so she's right about that. She does that. So that's why I decided to choose your agency and to really just highlight you, because you're right. In this industry, it is cutthroat. And you have to be rooted and grounded. You have to have your own standards set and not compromise sometimes, because everything looks good, but is it really for you? Is it really what God has for you?
True,
and you
true.
have to stand your ground.
True.
So let me ask you this.
Yes.
So what are some things that you have done, you, Normita? I mean, you used to work for a magazine. I mean, exciting life.
Oh, yeah.
How was all that?
Yeah, honestly, wow, everything that I've done in the past has literally led me to what I'm doing today. Yeah, so this was a fun job but for 9 years I worked for Beauty Fashion International. It was an internationally based magazine, and it was headquartered in New York, and I ran the Dallas events. It was all it was all based on beauty products, on celebrities endorsing their products, CEOs of fashion, corporate. So I had the honor and privilege of interviewing amazing people like Kim Kardashian, Carlos Santana, Jessica Simpson, Vince Camuto, a lot of really cool designers. So I did that for 9 years. I ran my own promotions and marketing company, which I started as well before I started Icon. So I've promoted everything from Barbie dolls and bubblegum to cars and airplanes, liquor, tobacco, and I don't even smoke or drink, but I can tell you what a great vodka is, absolute. So I did all that, and wow, that's just another challenging story as it is too, because I remember, my daughter, she's older now, but she grew up in this industry with me, and I remember her being in diapers, I think she was less than a year old. And I remember through my journey, it's difficult when you have a newborn, and you're trying to. I mean, I'm a single mother, so trying to find a way to support your child, to be a mother full time, and to have a career, and to pay your bills. So I remember I did get hired to work for this company. I believe it was for a home builder, so it was an opportunity to make 6 figures. And I remember that first day on the job, and this was difficult for me because I lived in a one bedroom tiny little apartment. I remember that first day on the job, I quit because I just couldn't think of having to leave my child for 12 to 15 hours a day.
And I'm gonna stop you right there for you while we go to commercial break.
That's the only reason why I would quit, because I don't want to quit on my children.
Yes.
Most people don't plan their financial future because it's complicated. There's so much out there, and I'm here to help you be able to navigate through that and find out exactly what's going to fit right for you. Hi, my name is Sarah Markopoulos. I'm an agent with New York Life, and I office out of Frisco, Texas. When I was a little girl, my father was a life insurance agent out of our hometown where I was born. He was a servant of the people, and I wanted to be that myself and give that to others. I knew New York Life would be the one that could help me do that. It's my clients. Each and every single one of them are different. So I help them not only enjoy the fruits of their labor, but also they'll be able to be secure in their financial future. Because either way, a choice will be made for you, whether you make one for yourself independently or life makes that choice for you. At the end of the day, you'll know you'll be okay. I came to New York Life because I love New York Life. I know what New York Life can provide for you, and I want to be able to be the one to bring that to you.
Welcome back to Bold and Unique Living with Katrina Lokko. We have been sitting here talking to Normita, the owner, the CEO of Icon Studio Dallas and LA. She is just such a breath of fresh air. I mean, she has a story to tell, and she's telling, and she's also encouraging individual who has a dream to go after it. Normita, you were just telling us before we went to break about you just could not leave your baby at home.
I couldn't do it. I'm blessed. I had my parents who lived nearby, but just I didn't want to make that commitment, so I quit that job. I said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And so I'm thinking, what can I do? How can I raise a child, be a mother and have a full-time career so I can put food on the table? So I created my own promotions and marketing company, like I was telling you. And a lot of times, I would work, out of my apartment. And I built it from there, and I changed my diapers while I was on client calls. And then also I was also working for the beauty fashion magazine. I would take my child with me on her stroller. I remember Carlos Santana would throw her in the air when I interviewed him, you know, and and it was fine. And she grew up in this business. I could see why she's such a phenom today. She started her businesses so young because she grew up in business. Her best friends were 40-year-old executives.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really amazing. And yeah, it's so amazing. You were telling them my journey about the big contracts that we have. Yeah, this past year has been just phenomenal. I booked a guy as a principal on Disney, on the Disney channel. So amazing. We've got Disney. We have people auditioning for Netflix. It's amazing when you see your people on TV, on Netflix, or you see them on a billboard, or you see them, you see them on signage at the grocery store, at the mall. It's like, wow, I think, you've been doing this for a while when you see your actors all over town. So it has really, really been amazing. Honestly, in the very beginning, I honestly did not start out as an agency. So I was more management company. And so this is what I try to explain to talent as well. There's management where basically you're grooming talent, right? Maybe the talent doesn't have enough skill, doesn't have the resume, doesn't have the portfolio or training to be in a big agency. So that's how we started. I never wanted an agency. And I was acting at the time. So yes, we had workshops on parkour and acting and modeling. We did photography. I basically wanted to take the talent, build their resume, and help them get into whatever agency they wanted to get into. But what happened was, I didn't mean this for it to happen, but I wanted to help my people so much that I got them full-time jobs on network TV shows. I had a full parkour team, and I helped them get stunt work on NBC and ABC. And I didn't mean to; it just happened, right? Stunt people, stand-ins. So I was just pretty much I decided the first year in business was difficult. My assistants, things just happened where I ended up going solo. And so I had to pray to God, like, what am I gonna do? It's difficult, especially because a lot of times when people start their businesses, they'll have a full-time business and have a part-time, and once they build up enough money on their part-time, then they can make it full-time. Not me. I just jumped on board and just figured everything out, and just and I had to figure it out. But day one we made money. From day one we made money. And so anyway, when my assistants left, it was just me. For a while I was just working out of the house, which is fine. But we just ended up, I was so good with helping find people work. So I just transitioned into a full-time agency. But that's one thing too. What's different about me is that I don't care if it's a client that only has $100 to pay the talent, or it's a client that has $10,000 to pay the client, and for one day's work. I say yes. Every offer, because maybe that director, you maybe just be starting out. I've seen it so many times. I've seen, a brand new young director, producer just starting out, like, hey, I don't have a lot of money. This is all you have. I've got this project. Can you help me? I've done it. And now, they're working NBC, ABC, doing big things, have their own company. And I love being that inspiration, because sometimes I feel like when people see me doing what I'm doing and starting my own business, I feel like they're saying, wow, if Normita can do it, I can do it too. And it's true. I've had friends like that. I have a friend, Dave. When I first met him and my child was still in diapers, He was just interning at a radio station.
Wow.
And true story. And then he was working for a big company, booking the biggest bands in the world for a huge company. But then he decided to go my route, and you know what? I'm going to start my own company. So it's it's more like promotional, like live events type company. But he did it. He gave up his full-time job to start his own, and now he's my client.
Wow.
It's really awesome. So yeah, so it feels great that I can encourage other people to live their dreams, and that's what I feel like this business is. It's a dream making business, and you just their energy fuels you. Sometimes there may be times I just skip sleep. I mean, whatever. It's just the industry. You skip sleep, but I feel like the excitement of helping others, really fuels me. And the business is exciting. Like today, I've got Dr. Jen Welter. She's amazing. One of my actors. She is a first female NFL coach.
Wow.
She's got a huge event at the Rose Bowl tomorrow. And so a lot of my people are going to that. But she's an inspiration to women. Like, you don't have to be a man to play football.
Yeah, that's true.
So she's doing a huge event of, we're helping with that and just whole female empowerment thing.
Okay, well, when we come back, we're going to end on a good note. So, guys, stay tuned.
Insurance is like, well, insurance. You hope you don't need it, but if and when disaster strikes, you will be happy to have it on hand. Whether for everyday medical expenses or emergencies, you want to be sure you have the right coverage. Enter U.S. Health Group. With flexible choices and options, our health coverage will keep you ready for anything. We offer solutions through our insurance companies which can't be found anywhere else. Our 3,000-plus agents will help you pick the best plan to best meet your needs, including medical, dental, vision, accident, and life insurance coverage. Our agents can assist you online, over the phone, or in person to make selecting coverage as easy as possible. If you'd like to know more, here's how it works. Our insurance companies offer you the ability to buy more coverage if and when you need it. This means you can pay for less coverage under your base plan and feel safe and secure knowing you have the right coverage for any significant medical needs you may have later. With U.S. Health Group, you have options, like upgrading your coverage even at the time of a claim. That's right, more coverage when you choose it. In other words, why pay for coverage before you need it? We are proud to offer you fair rates and no surprises. You can lock in your rate for 15 months at no extra cost. With more than 15 million served, enter U.S. Health Group, helping you with flexible choices and options. Contact us today and get a free quote.
Hey guys, welcome back to Bold and Unique Living with Katrina Lokko. Guys, I'm just so excited. We have laughed, and we've enjoyed Normita being here. And guys, I want her to tell you what I got so inspired about Normita. When I came into your office and finally said, hey, I want to sign with your agency. I really feel like that you can do what I need done. And so I was like, but I'm 53 years old, and I'm like, I don't know, who's gonna, and you inspired me by telling me about one of your clients.
I know, I was like, you mean you're 53 years young, you're a baby, oh my goodness. Yeah, so, true story, my oldest model is 81 years old. Patsy, my oldest talent, beautiful lady, she came to me, true story, she came to me when she was 75 years old, never acted or modeled a day in her life, and and she didn't think that she was going to do that well, because she's older. So, but she said, Normita, it's been on my bucket list. I just want to give it a try. I'm like, okay, let's try it. So, I helped her get headshots done. Long story short, I booked her on national commercials, put her in some movies. Just recently, we booked her on a speaking part on the WB, the New Walker Texas Ranger, which is huge.
Yeah.
I helped her with the technology. But that's amazing, because I was telling you, it doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. If you have a dream, you should just go for it. Right?
Right.
You need to live passionately every single day of your life until you're gone.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're showing you're doing that by just inspiring
Yes.
others through other people's stories. You
Yes.
know,
And I
living
love
life with
people.
passion.
I love when I bring people on there because I know that they have a story, because I had a story. And it's like for many, many, many years, my mouth was closed or my voice was silenced by just being miserable because I wasn't able to follow my own dream, follow my own vision, because I didn't understand how to make that work. And so when I really discovered that it was very important that I fulfilled that, because it just kept calling me and I needed to get it done. When I started believing in myself,
Absolutely.
then the doors started opening, and it was doors that I'm like, wow, the doors were already there. I just didn't know how to walk through them. And it took people like you and people that you meet along the way to say, hey, you can do this, because we all have a dream, whatever that is. If your dream may not be to be an actress or be a model, but whatever it is, it could be to be a painter, it could be to own, a bakery or coffee shop. It doesn't matter what that dream is. You can do it. You just need to connect with the right people that can help you put it in the right perspective and to show you how to go about doing these things. I think the worst thing in the world that could happen to us if we leave this earth and never even scratch the surface of what we were called to do.
Absolutely.
What our purpose really was, because I know for me, I dreamed this business night and day. I'm always up late at night, writing stuff down, jotting stuff down. And you're right, it's the people. I know that one day there's going to be someone walk in my office saying, I need help and I need help today. And I have to be prepared. Not only, having the knowledge of the industry, but internally, my character, my personality, everything about me has got to be prepared in order to help them. Because in this industry, I'm like, wow, you see a lot of betrayal, you see a lot of envy, like you said. So you have to know where you stand in it in order to help those people and help them with a pure heart.
Yes.
So that's
a lot of trial and error. Because believe me, 10 years ago, also, being a woman, being ethnic, I have, so many people try to take advantage of me, and it's just, and I have, I've been hurt through, a lot of different things. But you know what? One big thing I want to remind everyone is to, never give up. Never give up, because you know what? If I would have given up, there's always been a million reasons why I should have given up a long time ago. But if I would have given up, I would have transformed so many lives, so that makes me really happy. I would have been able to fulfill so many dreams.
And that
so
is
never give up. It's just like in martial arts, you get knocked out, you just have to pick yourself back up and keep going.
And let's talk about guys, this girl can kick. She can kick. You talk about stunts. She do this for real.
Yes,
so talk
so
about
excited.
that. What made you? I mean, you know your stuff when it comes to martial art.
Yeah. It's been been a while, but I worked on the Walker Texas Ranger back in the day with Chuck Norris. I worked on that full time. I did some stunts. Was one of his Karate Kids. It was fun. And then I used to compete in tournaments. So I love doing all that, and that also inspired me, working hard, and I've been able to bring that to other parts of my life, and it's true. It's just not giving up, and that's one thing too. I just put the hashtag 10-year challenge yesterday. I feel so much healthier and stronger than I did 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago, starting my company, I ate ramen soup every day. I didn't care about what I ate. I didn't exercise. I stopped practicing martial arts. Just everything night and day. My pajamas was just working. And so I decided this past year, you know what? I'm going to get healthy, going to get back in shape. I'm going to get back into martial arts. So excited. Century Martial Arts. I have a partnership with them now. And I have some films. I'm going to start going back into doing stunts and films again. So I'm so excited about that.
Guys, you see?
It's never too late. I want to go back to, what I was doing 10 years ago.
Well, guys, I'm glad you joined us today. Thank you for joining Bold and Unique Living with Katrina Lokko. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Rip off every label placed on you by others. Bye.